This is an All Ears English podcast, episode 870, Dopamine, Standing Desks, and Book Clubs, and what they mean for 2018.
Welcome to the All Ears English podcast. Downloaded more than 50 million times, we believe in connection, not perfection. With your American hosts, Lindsay McMahon, the English adventurer, and Michelle Kaplan, the New York radio girl, coming to you from Boston and New York City, USA. And to get your transcripts delivered by email every week, go to allearsenglish.com/subscribe. Today is January 1st. It's time to set our intentions for the new year. Today, get 8 ideas to inspire your own thinking about your vision for 2018. Hey, Michelle, how you doing?
Hey, Lindsay, I'm good. How are you? Happy New Year.
I know. Happy New Year. It reminds me of, do you remember that episode in Sex and the City where Brady goes, Happy New Year with a New York accent?
Oh, wow. No,
that?
I love that show, but I don't remember that.
It's so funny the way kids pick up on their parents' accents is hilarious. I love it. Anyways, Happy New Year. Happy New Year.
Thank you.
It's January 1st, 2018. Can you believe it?
I can't. Where does the time go, right?
Where does the time go? I want to start this year off just by saying thank you to our important team, right? I want to say thank you to Louie, who helps us with all these important tasks, Gaspar, who is our editor, to make sure these episodes are perfect for you guys. Thank you to Rebecca, who transcribes the episodes, and Brian, who proofreads the transcripts. And of course, a big thank you to you, Michelle, and to Jessica for being our awesome co-hosts on this show.
Thank you. And thank you to you. Definitely thank you to you, Lindsay, for being wonderful.
Well, it's all about the team effort. It's all about, 2018 is going to be a big year for All Ears English. Lots of visions, lots of ideas to help our listeners. And we couldn't do it without our awesome team. So thanks, Michelle. Appreciate your work.
Thank you. And to our amazing listeners.
Yeah, exactly, guys. Thanks for subscribing. Thanks for sharing the show with your friends. It's a new year. Let your friend in on the secret of All Ears English. Let them know the coolest way to learn English. Cool. So it's New Year's Day. Today, I should be on a red eye coming back into Boston after a week in San Francisco. Yeah.
Right. Oh, fun.
Yeah, I hope it was good. I don't know. We're recording this a few weeks in advance.
Yeah.
So I hope it was.
I hope you have a fun time.
Michelle, what are you up to on New Year's Day here?
Today, I should be either coming back from a friend's house or my in-laws' house, or my brother may be here with my niece and nephew. So we'll see.
Oh, that's fun.
And his wife, of course. Yeah.
That sounds fun. That's awesome. So today, Michelle, I think it's a good time to sit down and set our goals. I mean, it's Monday, January 1st, right? The beginning of the week, the beginning of the year. We can make our vision boards here. We can figure out what we want 2018 to look like. But, I feel like when I try to do this, sometimes I draw a blank. Do you do that? Do you have that situation?
Yeah, I don't even have a vision board. I draw so many blanks, I don't even have a board.
You have a blank board. Right?
Yeah. No, it's hard to think. It's hard to think of these things.
Well, that's why I think it's good for our listeners and for ourselves here today to hear ideas for some things we could put forth as our goals for the year. And then that will inspire our listeners thinking on their own goals. So that's what we're going to do today. We're just going to run through a bunch of ideas for visions that you could set for different parts of your life. And we're going to comment on them and see if we like them. Okay. So let's do it. So Michelle, can I have your signature drum roll? Only you can do it.
Okay. Yeah, there we go.
All right. That's it. It's a Michelle original. All right. So what would be one vision, one goal that we could put forth for our professional lives? What could that look like if we want to improve our careers?
Well, if you want to improve your professional life, maybe you could earn a new certification in your career, right? Like maybe there's an online course, or what do you think you need Microsoft Excel, Lindsay?
I really need Microsoft Excel. I never took a business course, so I never really learned how to use the cells, like how to even add numbers in the cells in Microsoft Excel. So I don't know how to manipulate a spreadsheet really. And I'm getting to the point where I need to know. So I need that skill. Is there any professional skill that you want to develop, Michelle, yourself?
Ooh, oh man. And now I'm really on the spot.
On the spot.
Oh God, I'll have to get back to you. But yes, of course, tons of things.
Of course. Well, I mean, like there's always something, right? You know, there's so much I'd like to improve.
Yeah, Excel. You know what? Excel isn't a bad idea. I don't really know too much about it either.
Yeah, like
I mean, I know the basics.
You do? Okay. Did you take a business class in college?
No. So no, I mean, I know I know how to add the numbers. That I do know. So I'm one teeny tiny step ahead of you.
Okay, that's good. Yeah.
But besides that, like it's like crazy. You think, oh, it's just like this cute little thing to put numbers in and tables. But no, it's like so complicated.
No. Oh, it's also very useful. I mean, if you set it up correctly, you can save so much time. You can calculate things that you would never imagine that you could calculate. It's incredible.
Definitely. All right. Shout out to Microsoft Excel.
Anyways, yep, that's what today's all about, Microsoft Excel. So the point is, guys, now we have online learning. We have Coursera, we have edX, we have Udemy. You can go online and take courses in this area to get a professional certification. So that's one idea. What would be another idea, Michelle, on the intellectual side, keeping our brains young and vibrant?
Ooh. On the intellectual side, I like this one. Start a book club.
Yeah.
So maybe you have like 4 or 5 friends and read a new book once a month or something like that. Get some wine, beer, maybe dinner, and that really builds community also.
Exactly. I've been talking to my friend Guy, and some of our listeners, you guys know Guy because Guy was in the course, the Connected Communicator in our Chicago module, right? So the Rust Belt module. Anyways, he and I want to start a book club, and he's been saying he wants to get more intellectual, like inspire his mind to think more and articulate what his thoughts are. He doesn't feel like he gets a lot of that in his daily life, so he wants to set up a new book club.
That's awesome. Let me know. Maybe I'll join.
Okay. Yeah, you can be a virtual member.
Yeah. Why not? Why not?
Virtual member. And the key for this one tip is, guys, if you want to do this, you should rotate between fiction and nonfiction each month because it's easy to get stuck in a certain type of book and that doesn't expand much in your mind, right?
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Okay. Awesome. I like it.
Okay. What would be another thing that what about in the health realm, Michelle? What could we do? What's a vision we could put out there for the year of 2018?
Well, maybe you could try and eat, trying to eat a little bit, more healthy foods, right? So like maybe experiment with a new kind of diet. Like, did you do anything like that this year, Lindsay?
Yeah, I mean, I think specifically choosing a kind of diet that's interesting. I tried this year, I made one, or just making one change in our diet, right? Instead of just eating better, just making one change. I swapped in plant-based milk for cow's milk this time.
Oh.
And I've just been doing that. I have flax milk with my breakfast instead of cow's milk. So I don't know. I don't feel much different, to be honest.
How does it taste?
I like it. It's nice. It's yummy. I mean, it doesn't have tons of flavor, but it's creamy. It's got a creamier consistency than skim milk. So I like that. Yeah. That's very cool. Yeah.
Okay.
Awesome. Okay. How about in terms of relationships? In our relationship, what could we do, Michelle?
Well, I mean, I guess of course it depends on your status but like if you're in a relationship, try and have one date night per week. That could be a nice way to keep things fresh, right? Or if you're not in a relationship and you want to be in a relationship, maybe just like having a positive attitude and like, trying to go out on a couple extra dates if you really want to meet someone or maybe even like, giving a chance to someone who you normally want to, something like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I love that idea. Yeah, exactly. So doing something, taking one action, but it's all about being specific in the action here, guys, and just committing to doing it, whether it's once a week, once a month, and try it and then measure the results after 3 months. It's not like we have to do this new plan, for a year if it's not working for us, but it's interesting when we choose one specific thing to do and then we can be consistent with it. I think that's really interesting to measure what happens. Right.
Definitely. I like it.
It's New Year's Day. If you are going to a New Year's event this afternoon or tonight, you can do one thing to make All Ears English more amazing in 2018. You can tell one cool friend about the show. Show them how to subscribe and how to listen each day. This will get us more incredible questions for you guys on the show in 2018. Let's make it a great year, guys. Connection, not perfection. What about travel? What can we do in our lives in terms of traveling and vacations? What could we do?
Well, try and go somewhere, where you're an outsider once every 3 months if you can. So, travel, or I mean, it doesn't need to be like, intense travel, right? Not everyone has the time or the money or, it's hard. It's hard to find that time. But even if you drive an hour away to a different location, or if you go to a different neighborhood where you haven't been yet nearby where you live, just something different where you're a little bit of an outsider and see how it feels. Oh, and maybe you talk about shattering someone in their workplace, Lindsay?
Yeah, because I was listening to a podcast last week and the guy was saying that this guy he met at a conference invited him to come to his workplace, which is a completely different industry, like manufacturing. And he shadowed the guy around the company to see what was going on in a manufacturing industry. And it was so different that it kind of felt like travel for him because he was so out of his. I think the point of this is not so much where we go. It's the idea that we're looking for the feeling of being out of our element, out of our comfort zone. That's what we're looking for. So we could get that by going to someone else's workplace and just like trying to get something done there or just observing, just feeling a little bit uncomfortable is what we want.
Yeah, definitely. Oh, I like that. Lots of ideas.
Yeah, and this next one is actually in the same vein, I think is how they say that, right? So what is it, Michelle? What's the next suggestion?
The next one is also with health, back to health, but this is more about learning a new physical activity. So, right, maybe you want to do yoga, or maybe you want to do a rowing or something like that, right, Lindsay?
Or capoeira.
Oh, right. I see. Yeah. Because this keeps the brain healthy and young, right? So, and it forms new pathways to try and do, something new. And it's also just healthy for you physically, right? Get out there. Even if you say, okay, every day I'm going to take a 20-minute walk, right? Just something that's a new and, get up and out, right? And what about you, Lindsay? Did you try anything last year?
Well, last year I tried Tai Chi and I talked about it on the show a little bit. Tai Chi, I mean, it was good because it did it's, you have to remember a lot of moves and it's a new way of moving. And that's why that's a good example of what this is, right? We want to be learning new ways of moving our bodies where we're challenged because we have to learn this new skill and it doesn't necessarily come naturally. It's again, getting ourselves out of the comfort zone. I didn't really like Tai Chi that much. I tried it. I took like 10 lessons or something and then I didn't continue because I didn't like it. But that's fine. Like now I know I don't like Tai Chi. No problem. Right?
Yeah, you don't have to like everything. So I guess walking would be not on that list, but because it's not quite a new thing you have to learn. But maybe yeah.
But I think if you walked a different route every day, that would be on this list. Do you know what I mean? That's what we're getting at here. It's like hiking. Forming those new or hiking a new, like forming new neural pathways by doing something new and taking on a new kind of skill. So when you're walking a new route, you're like seeing new things and you're remembering new ways to go. So in that sense, yeah, I think it's the same.
Yeah, I do think that that's important because we get, I think it's important to avoid like going around and having things be robotic, just like being on autopilot, where you don't even have to think about anything. You know your route, you know everything. Like every day when I walk to the train, sometimes I'll try and switch it up once in a while because I get a little bit bored when I walk the same blocks, like cut over on the same avenue. Like I get a little bit bored. So I'm like, okay, first I'll walk this way. Now this day I'll do this. And I think just to avoid being on autopilot and really be in the moment.
I think that's really true. Like because when we're in autopilot, like our mind can be thinking about other things and we won't be present. So it's like, it's kind of this idea of we want to always be present in our lives. And it's so hard. I struggle with it too. Like it's so tempting to go into autopilot in every aspect of life.
Right.
Yeah. And then there's one bonus tip that's attached to this health, and it's more practical in terms of something that we could try. What is it, Michelle?
A standing desk. Ooh. Do you have a standing desk, Lindsay?
Yeah, so I just got a standing desk. I just
Nice.
got a desk that actually it sits on top of your normal desk. So it's not like you have to get a whole new desk, right? But it's big, like it's pretty huge. It takes up your entire desk, sits on top, and you pull it up and push it down. So it's pretty cool. Like it can be a sitting desk and it can be a standing desk. So what I'm trying to do this week is stand up and sit down frequently, like not while we're recording. I guess I'm sitting down. I was gonna
say you're standing up. That would be hard.
Oh, yeah. But every 15, 20 minutes, just rotate, change, go back and forth. And I'm hoping that that'll like make me healthier. I don't know. It's kind of cool.
That's good. Yeah, that's one good, I mean, there are many good things about teaching, but I like that. I'm always like standing and moving. I think that's one of the really good things. Yeah, like I'm always like, oh, look over here, look over there. So that's definitely a good thing.
I miss that about the classroom so much. That's so cool.
Yeah, I do. That's a really good thing.
That's really good. All right. So what's our overall advice, or maybe one overall goal, one more overall thing we can do for the year, Michelle?
All right. Well, try and break one bad habit. That's always like the typical thing that, people, or change one thing, maybe it's either break one bad habit or start one new good thing. Right. So like what's something like, do you have any habits you want to break, Lindsay?
Oh my gosh. Well, I think when it comes to habits, we got to think about what a habit is, right? A habit is just a trigger and then a reward. And the reward is a dopamine rush, usually, right? Mm-hmm. We want to do something, we do it, and then our brain gets flooded with dopamine. It's the positive feeling, the hormone, the I don't know what it is. It's some kind of chemical.
There you go.
So I was thinking a lot about one of my bad habits is that I check my email too much. And I know a lot of people share this, right? It's not just me. So, and I was thinking, why do I do that so much? It's because I get a rush of dopamine when I get input from the outside world. And I also get a rush of dopamine when I can clear my tasks. And that's something that's been taught culturally to us in the US about getting all your work done is doing a good job, but that's not always true. Right. So what I'm thinking a lot about this season, this month, is how can I rewire my brain to create the dopamine rush, not to check the email, but when I do something that like moves us forward with All Ears English, for example, we publish something new, we create something new, we create some new idea. How can I get the dopamine rush there instead of with just checking email, which is such a static activity that doesn't always get much done for us? Does that make sense?
Yeah, right. Yeah, I like that. That's good. Very exciting.
It's all about, so figure out why you have the habits that you have and what can you manipulate. I think the brain is very plastic. We can rewire it just with a little conscious intention, guys. We can think, okay, I don't want that to be the trigger. I don't want that to be a feel-good habit. I want to make it this, and we can change it. Very cool.
Right. Okay. I like it. Okay, well, good luck.
I'll let you know how it goes. We'll check back in like March or something, right?
Yeah. I'll see. Are you checking your email? I'll just email you like randomly, like just to test you. Like, this is a test.
Yeah. If you don't hear back from me for like a week, we'll know that we've solved the problem.
Yeah.
All right. So what's the takeaway today, Michelle?
Okay. Well, guys, these are just, these are some ideas to, get your ideas flowing, right? If anything, just sit down today and write out a few things for yourself, right? So, I mean, January 1st, it's an arbitrary day. It's not really like everybody puts such an effort on it, but there's no reason why if you miss January 1st, why you can't say, oh no, I missed it. Now I can't change anything until next year, right?
Exactly. If you're listening to this late, you could always do this March 12th, October 10th. We don't care. It doesn't matter. You guys know what we mean, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome. Okay. But yeah, I mean, I want to finish with a quote that we have here. This is a great quote. And who wrote this quote? This is a quote by the guy who wrote Chicken Soup for the Soul. Do you remember that series?
Of course.
Okay.
Oh, of
yeah,
course.
It's a good one. So Mark Victor Hansen is his name. Michelle, could you read the quote for our listeners to inspire them to go out into the world and set their goals?
Yes. Here we go. By recording your goals and dreams on paper, you set in motion the process of becoming the person you most want to be. Put your future in good hands, your own.
Oh,
yes.
Okay. Very good. Very good. So guys, that's the point. You don't have to write down what we suggested. Obviously, these are just ways to stimulate your ideas, but write down something, right? Make a plan for the new year and live with intention. I love that idea. Let's see where we're at by the end of 2018. So I want to wish our listeners good luck for this. And Michelle, any closing thoughts?
Have a happy new year and good luck and have fun standing up and sitting down, Lindsay.
Oh, yeah. All day I'll just be up and down and up and down.
Like
and
you're
don't
doing
send
a
me an
dance.
email.
Yeah, no emails. And I just have this image of you standing up and sitting down and just not looking at the email and going nuts.
That's hilarious. All right, we're out of here for today. Michelle, we'll see you back here very soon.
All right. Bye, Lindsay. Happy New Year. Bye, guys. Happy New Year.
Bye. Thanks so much for listening to All Ears English. And if you need a 7 or higher on your IELTS exam to achieve your life vision, then our Insider Method can get you there. Start with our free video series masterclass. Get video 1 now at allearsenglish.com/INSIDER. And if you believe in connection, not perfection, then subscribe to our show on your phone or on your computer. See you next time.